Dear Congo with work to do, but far, far from any panic stations. Just wanted to play themselves into the contest. And the crowd here certainly making themselves well heard, and plenty for the Democratic Republic of Congo. At the moment it's Senegal with the advantage. That slip from Landry Soko, he's gone in and he looks to have won the ball. The referee and the assistant on first view happy. The Senegal may be asking whether VAR are going to intervene. Ibrahima Dieng quickly in the referee's ear, he didn't appreciate that. Now it can be that he's injured and it's not a penalty, but that's something we'll need to make clear. Is doesn't really help when your own captain comes over to inflict further pain. Here we have the challenge. It's going to be one we want to see another angle from, but Soko's certainly going to ground. Did he win enough of the ball? Well, they're not letting what's happening on the pitch kill their vibe, but it's certainly a worrying one for Guy Bukasa. Is there going to be a VAR review? Well, for the moment, it seems the referee and the video assistant are happy. Therefore, bravo Landry Soko. Dear Congo living on the edge. And Senegal certainly look better proposition for the changes made by Serine Dia. One of them, Amadou Badji, down on the deck, caught the back of the Achilles. Loose again, and it's once more Tony Talasi. He certainly left his mark on the match, not in the manner he would have intended. So can Senegal inflict further pain? Delivered in, and Tutu deciding to punch, and then it's given away cheaply. It's all a bit of a panic for DR Congo. Now they can bring a little bit of calm. Tutu goes long. Too long. So 1-0 after 11 minutes. His initial penalty saved by Ryan Tutu. Sheikh Tiam netting his second goal of the tournament. Not just his, but the young Lions of Teranga as well. This time Badji, the guilty party. Tony Talasi hitting gravity. Now he has a bit of space to try and make amends for the penalty concession. All swung in. Good pressure, at least from Messi Manitu. Forced the concession of the throw, of which now the number 10 on the ball. Wasn't quite happy with the support, it seems. Twisting and turning is Aoka. Now some space. And Andre Soko, but easily cleared by Usman Konate. Well, he'll be delighted at shaking up his first team, is certainly shaken loose. Strong start to the fixture. There we have it. Goal difference, not the determining factor. Senegal, of course, with victory will have a better head-to-head than DR Congo. So at the moment, as things stand, with Ghana and Central African Republic drawing, it is young Black Stars who will be joined by Senegal in the knockout phase. Whoever finishes third will have the possibility of progressing, but that will depend once we see what happens with the finality of Group A. So even defeat for DR Congo wouldn't be necessarily the end of their journey. They don't want to be waiting to see how Group A finishes up. It certainly would look good, given the fact Tunisia have 3 points. In fact, third place very likely will offer a place in the knockout phase. That's only as it stands, though. And DR Congo don't want to be waiting. Just sliding under the foot of Kevin Makoko. Strong challenges from the start, certainly both sides fully committed. Chance to work down the left flank. Not too many options, so holding up Clayton Diandi. And then the foul given against Aoka. He pleads his innocence. The referee right on the point. Coming through the back of him, I'm not sure what he's complaining about. Claims that he touched the ball, shown there to be wildly optimistic. Further set-piece stress for the small Leopards. Jozoka giving this opportunity. Sheikh Tiam was over it, but it's instead deflected off the wall for a corner. Seems to be a little bit of confusion here, and not very helpful addition from Daniel Tishalanda. Plays his football with Belgian club Union Saint-Gilloise. Tiam not interested in the defender's opinion. Samuel Ntanda on the case now as captain. This was the ball behind. They think it's a handball. Looks very much like it's off the shoulder. Came in from Sek, and once again, who else but Tony Talassi? In this instant, pretty easy decision. Senegal being a little too wishful. Taken short. Congo break free, and they've got it in behind, but that's brilliant covering to get in front of Manitou. Superb covering from Lassana Traore to get off his left flank, cut in. Kevin Makoko, lovely little spin. He and Manitou, such cute footballers. And then the final ball lifted in, an easy take from Sissoko, though there was a bit of pressure coming in. Ball down the line as he cut in. Fine defending from Traore. Now they're going to have to be sharp again as DR Congo, blocked by Omar Sarr, win themselves a corner. So a chance to deliver a leveler, but it's cleared to the edge of the area, fired back in, down the throat to Sissoko. Further frustration. Although for DR Congo, as mentioned, as things stand, they will still qualify because they'd have more points than Tunisia, who were third in Group B. Only one third place team won't be qualifying. We need another two to make up quarter-final rostra. But of course, it's not just about whether they go through or not, it's also about who they play, because being one of the third-place teams will make it a much harder task for Guy Bukassa's men. At the moment, Senegal happy where they are, because for them, it certainly won't be an option to go through in a third-place team. A draw in the match would leave them with just 2 points. would see them go out. And that's why there's a lot of tensions. And look at that, Samuel Ntanda straight to the referee that he's been pushed. And it's all been a bit on the edge, bubbling up. And now the peacemakers are in. The tension clearly getting the better of those on the pitches. Samuel Ntanda picks up a yellow card. Whether there's going to be others, we'll wait and see. Well, Tony Talassi has been involved in almost everything. Foul against Lassana Traore. It's the 19-year-old Belgian-born attacker. Goes into the book. Samuel Ntanda has scored 2 goals in this tournament for DR Congo. Kanza with a double against Central African Republic. But neither have had any real sight of goal. Further hold up. Now this is a tough old match for a Kenyan referee Nia Groa to have to deal with, doing so with authority, but certainly would hope for better from the players. Swung in, but that's a great take from Sissoko. Another coming together, an epidemic of players going down. Too much height, none of curl. You can see Sissoko barging in to the DR Congo player. Referee right on the scene. As it's Makanza who's gone down, and then the keeper went too. And certainly not clever from Mohamed Sissoko. Well, they're still having a party. They're looking for their team to produce more in front of goal. Guy Bukasa is saying his side were determined and very happy after 2 very good performances. He's certainly looking like a coach who knows this 1-0 lead is a precarious one. Such was the case against Central African Republic. So India celebrating the eventual opener that came on the rebound from the save spot kick of Sheikh Team. But too long in the tooth to know this fight on the pitch. There's a long way to go. Long ball thumped. The Congo just looking for a little bit more. We've had some lovely moments with Kevin Makoko and particularly Messi Manitou, but without having really the option to find particular Samuel Ntanda. Was there a drag back there? Play on. Clayton Diandi starting the triangle. He wanted it back, instead switched over to Badji, but not well enough as it runs for Ryan Tutu. So a chance to break down this left side. Checks back, Clayton Diandi, and then it's a ball that just is out of the reach of Lassana Traore. Driving out from the back, giving the ball away, but caught for, and it's a booking for Kevin Makoko. Joins his captain in the book. Lovely spin here from Dieng. All coming together, but not enough in the referee's opinion. This certainly was the foul on Khalifa Diouf. So this was the opening goal. Ryan Tutu with a fine save, but he couldn't stop the follow-up. Great composure from Sheikh Thiam as the DR Congo defenders rushed in. He managed to make sure he took a touch and then fired in the opener. We've had plenty of stoppages, so how much stoppage time will be added on yet to be known. And as things stand, we're 5 minutes away to the halftime break. Laying it off is Thiam. Wanted the return, but it's ended up with a throw. Ball launched long. You can see him just having a look and then stepping across, not so subtle from Diouf, maybe wanting to dish out some pain after being caught before. Stepping across Tony Talassi. Well, that that one's just got caught in the air, and that's a lovely touch from Ibrahima Dieng. Worked out nicely for Senegal. But then a heavy touch just gives possession away. Twisting on it, Jules Oka. Looking to try and get into that final third and make something happen, but it's not the best of balls, and now it's broken kindly for Oseu Sek. And taking it for a run, Amadou Badji. Found wanting. Oh, it's a great challenge to win it back for Senegal. They're stepping onto his Lassana Traoré. That is a horrible ball, and he offers his apology. Lucky to get it back. And that's a much better ball. Clayton Diandi. The captain tries to feed it back to him. There's more space out on the right flank. Tried to play short and cute. So just moments away from the halftime break, can DR Congo fashion an equaliser? I haven't seen very much of Samuel Ntanda. Talassi coming in off the flank with Ntanda holding on the left flank. Missing that bit of quality for both sides, and it's really the mistake from Tony Talassi. There's another foul, but that's right on the edge. Looks to be outside as 4 minutes is shown on the board. Right on the edge. Ibrahima Dieng getting there ahead of Tishalanda. So Ghana and Senegal heading through the top two. DR Congo will advance as one of the two best third place teams, given they'll have a point more than Tunisia, who have already completed Group B. So Tunisia will certainly be watching with interest, because at the moment this result is knocking them out. So a chance to deliver from Sek, hits the wall. Now Thiam, low ball in. Badji just stumbling over it. Nice touch from Sarr to find his captain. Nice extra touch, just draws in the foul. Museru Sek will get another chance to deliver, unless Thiam has other ideas. So still goalless in Ghana's clash with Central African Republic. We're heading out, but if CAR were to lead in that match, we're going to end up with a real headache. All teams on 4 points, and it will end up coming down to goal difference. Strong header away from Jules Aoka, and now on the edge of the box, but right under it. Clayton Diandi, up and away. Clipped across, ended up between Aoka and Ju Kalonji. So nice moments, players showing real talent on the ball. It's also been full of mistakes and poorly timed challenges. Kalonji was forced back towards his goal. Wasn't that quick, but certainly too quick. End of the Senegalese player, Clayton Diandi. Taking a chance there, does end up finding his captain in Tanda. DR Congo battling their way onto the halfway. Last chance of the half. There's a bit of space for the captain on the far side, but Manitou blocked before he could try and launch it. Well, was there an arm out from Sheikh Thiam? Instead is Mohamed Sissoko, who will likely see the end of the half as the whistle does sound. A battling display, but in the end it's the challenge of Tony Talassi that allowed Sheikh Thiam to step up from 12 yards. He was initially denied by Ryan Tutu, but on the rebound, controlled and fired in. At the moment, Senegal and DR Congo will both be going through, but certainly Small Leopards want a better draw in the knockout phase. And of course they've got a chance to knock the Young Lions of Teranga out, but as it stands, Senegal are going through second in the table, given they'll have a better head-to-head than DR Congo. Well, a tough first half for a referee, but Dixon Inyagroa is excellent in controlling the emotions that threaten to get out of hand. So Senegal lead thanks to their captain Sheikh Thiam, but they know they are very much in a match against a well-supported DR Congo. So looking out over the Suez Stadium, it has certainly been a tight fight, but Senegal with a bigger threat, although DR Congo will know if they have a bit more care in the final third, they could start threatening more the goal of Mohamed Sissoko. Just the 3 shots on target in the whole half. A couple of yellow cards for DR Congo. Handed out to Kevin Makoko and the captain, Samuel Etanda. In the end, the only statistic that matters for now, Cheikh Thiam, having scored both Senegal's goals at this under-20 AFCON, means they lead at the halftime break. So Senegal knew victory was what they needed to advance, while DR Congo had a few options, but they desperately wanted to finish in the top two to give themselves a better draw. But then a poor chance from Tony Talasi gave away a penalty. It was initially saved by Ryan Tutu, but brilliant from Cheikh Thiam, controlling and finishing under pressure to have Sirin Dia and the young Lions of Teranga a goal ahead. Yet they'd managed that against Central African Republic and coughed that up in a draw before losing to Ghana. So DR Congo went about trying to do the same. Strike from Kevin Makoko, though, comfortably dealt with by Sissoko. Late in the half, the keeper again was comfortable, though a little bit naughty in bouncing off Noah Makanza. Plenty of niggles and little fights during the first half. Both teams fully committed, but it's Senegal who lead by a 1-0 at the break. Very apt flag holder, as DR Congo have their fans flying the flag, but they're desperate for the young leopards to do the same on the pitch, going behind. He was also joined by Honoré Bayang Genisia. And yet, as quickly as they were entering the Senegalese box, Clayton Diandi winning a free kick. Poor challenge from Shamanga, working back. So Senegal making a host of changes to their starting lineup. DR Congo doing so the halftime break as they trail by a goal to nil. Well, the niggles continuing. We've had this throughout the match. That was the claim for the throw. Now the ice out. Well, he's made his changes, Guy Bukasa. Will he see any positivity? But that's certainly worrying. Looking at Ibrahima Dieng there. Hopefully, movements not suggesting anything more serious, and while he looks in pain, you hope it's just something that's uncomfortable but not going to stop him from continuing. The number 9, 19 years old, hailing from Bikini, and on the books at his local club. This is what happened, and it is not nice from the substitute. Has VAR seen that? Clearly don't think there was enough contact. It's certainly not the smartest actions from someone coming off the bench. Matobo. Players have to control their emotions, whether in the challenges they make, but also overreactions. Well, hopefully some more football will break out soon. Oh, now in on goal. Great chance for a second. And then lifted over. But between Clayton Diandi and Ibrahima Dieng, neither can punish the big gaping hole that formed in the DR Congo defense. Dieng with a lovely touch, but it's a swipe from Tishalanda. But the heavy touch from Clayton Diandi allowed Ryan Tutu to get there first. Look at this left-footed touch. Just let it run away from him, and the chance was gone. It was going to be a tough one for Dieng to get it up and over. But a huge let-off for the DR Congo. Now driving forward, bit of space for Matoba. Matobo goes to his left, and unfortunately it's neither a cross nor a shot of real significance. Chance from midfield, it's into the feet of Sek. Plays out to Amadou Badji. He's up against three though, absolutely no support. Able to just let that run. Samuel Ntanda struggled to get involved, did pick up a yellow card when there was another little set to. Has played in the second tier of Italian football in Serie B with former giant Sampdoria. There's another clash off the ball. It's Amadou Badji this time. Well, not off the ball. Certainly the leaning from Landry Soko to the back of Badji, sees that reaction. Well, the Ice Bags certainly getting plenty of action. Well, this was the lovely touch from Ibrahim Dieng, but it shouldn't have quite put in Clayton Diandi. But for the slice from Deshilandi. But then overcooking, and Tutu doing so well to stretch and block. There was cover on the line. Dieng couldn't drop it in. Now a chance to break into space. It's a really good ball to cut out the DR Congo defense. Badji. But that is such a frustrating finale to an otherwise quality move. Well, it was a break from Clayton Diandi. Did a lovely little pace of the pass there that just cut out Jules Aoka. And then a poor touch, even not a great pass to Badji. But the touch saw him go to the byline and couldn't whip his foot round it. This is why it's a development tournament as much as anything else. Of course the players want to represent their country, get to the World Cup, win a title. But the biggest thing is, can they produce players that will go into the senior side? Can they learn from the experiences of being away on tournament duty, the games every few days, and mixing with a whole host of different players? It's a challenge right on the edge. Referee not interested this time, and DR Congo can break. Breaking at pace. Matobo finds his captain, but it's well dealt with. And now Ousseynou Sek, really graceful. The big man crosses the pitch. Diallo. A lot going on as ever. As Ibrahim Diallo initially down. And then it was Badji clattering into substitute Matobo. And here was Diallo. Late challenge there from the number 7. Who then got on the ball and was dragged down by Badji. And yet it's ended up with a DR Congo free kick, it seems. Well, there's a yellow card coming out. Let's see how things do fall out. So Badji into the book. That was for the drag back that sees this free kick given. End of the day, the referee hadn't given a free kick against Matobo. So when he dragged the number 7 down, that's the result. Ball clipped long. Now it's a really interesting ball, but it just drifted in favour of Sissoko rather than Matobo. Good attempt though from Noah Makanza, if he was still on the pitch. And Londre Soko breaks kindly for a sec. Amadou Badji. Step over, but then trips himself up. Soko away. Badji just hasn't really been able to make a big impact on the match. He's not the only one. Of course, there's a lot of stake, on stake. There's a lot at stake even, given it's the 3rd match day. And while as things stand, both will be progressing, still plenty of tension, because they know finishing lower in the qualifying could see a harder quarter-final match. And of course that will be a qualifier for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Well, Senegal stopping play. They thought the ball was out. The linesman said otherwise and they were in a bit of trouble, but now it's DR Congo's turn. Another heavy touch though, and Shinglanda steps in. But it's really good tackle from the captain Thiam to win it back for Senegal. Neither side can really get up ahead of steam. Thiam on the slide to keep it in. Not a great ball, but Diallo makes sure it stays with the young lions of Teranga. Breaks for Sek. Big launch up into the sky. Well dealt with by Mukandila. And now, oh wow, he's come out for that, Sissoko, and given it a hefty one. And then a poor touch allows Senegal to win it. Now a chance to drive. Badji tries to dig out cross, but will win a corner. DR Congo not happy. Now trot back to put up a defensive effort. Taken short. Sek clips it in, but the header just drifts wide. The short corner working lovely. And Thiam again the threat, but taken off his head by his teammate. Certainly, generally, you prefer to be the one running onto the ball. But of course, Senegal themselves dealing with the fact they've made 5 changes, so a lot of players involved who haven't had a starting place. Passing the hour mark. Will we see the likes of Strasbourg's Pape Dieng, I should say. We're on the books at Olympique Lyonnais d'Oreval. Samuel Ntanda. We've seen the best of the captain for DR Congo. It's Badji on the ball again. Leaves it so short. And such strong play from Jules Zaoka. Badji so short for Omar Sarr. Maybe a lack of jeopardy not helping the overall performance levels. Decides to take no chances. Pondering what to do next. Will there be changes afoot for both sides? So it remains goalless between Central Africa Republic and Ghana. Just the one goal here means, as things stand, Ghana will win the group on 5 points. Senegal will be the best third place teams. It's going to be interesting to see once we reach the quarter-final stage. Morocco and Nigeria are waiting. And at the moment, if this group stays as it is, it'll be Senegal who will face off against Nigeria. But really poor defending and finishing. Seeing this match remain at just 1-0. Ryan Tutu sends his apologies. But fortunate that Oseu Sek fired so high over. But again, look at this. Back to the goalkeeper. Terrible kick. The touch there was a chance to maybe lay it into the path of the captain Thiam. Instead rushed it. And Sek firing high and over. DR Congo, clipped in by Motobo. Just waiting on it and then driving forward Lassana Traore. Well, that's a brilliant challenge back from Teshimanga. Will the substitutes be the ones to provide that extra bit of spark? The ball not quite making it out, meaning... Well, now it is pointed. Well, it took a while for that decision. There's a race there between Sissoko and his defender to try and clear. In the end, Konate couldn't get there in time. So C3. So if DR Congo finish take position, it could be a tie against top dogs in Group A, which at the moment is Sierra Leone. It could change given they've completed their 4 matches. They want to peg back Senegal. Ball bobbling around. Now the break on. DR Congo do have players back. But that's really much better play from Amadou Badji. Went a long way. And then he made it so he won a throw, but DR Congo furious with his reaction. Oh, you can see Matobo having to be held back. It's not a nice looking challenge, in fairness, from Londre Soko. How much he caught of Badji, not sure. So a change afoot. Well, the substitute who came on is having to go right back off. Seems to be an issue with his hand, which was already heavily strapped. That is really such a shame for Bayen Genisa and Frederick Efuele Ingoyala. Therefore comes on to replace him, the 20-year-old French-born defender in the second team of Toulouse. He's coming on for his second appearance. Well, Badji heading off and preparing to come on Norbert Gomis. He's just had 9 minutes of action, the Dakar FC forward. And also heading off Ousseynou Seck. And he'll be replaced by Strasbourg's Pepe Diong. Pepe Diong will get a chance to face off against club teammate Ryan Tutu in the DR Congo goal. Well, they're still having an absolute ball here in the Suez Stadium. It's still Thiam's 11th minute goal that separates the sides. It remains goalless in the other Group C match. Well, that's a fortunate clearance for Senegal, playing off his own player. Ibrahim Diallo, therefore having to cover and to remain sharp. Well, he wants to go long, Londre Soko. Ousmane Konate in front of his goalkeeper. Doesn't reach either of them. That's well played. Daniel Tishalanda wasn't willing to release the ball without a good option. In the end, won a free kick. Combative defender. Happy to take on all comers. 20 minutes remaining. There's still so much that could happen in this Group C. So the delivery fired in, it hits the target, but Frédéric Efouele certainly hoping for a runner from deep to get on the end of that. So at the moment, the biggest loser from this result is going to be Tunisia, because Sierra Leone, top of Group A, had already officially qualified. That's because even with Tanzania's results wiped out, and them having played all their 4 games, South Africa and Zambia end up above them. Their third place would still be enough with 4 points to be more than Tunisia's. And that's why DR Congo will still advance. So it's the Eagles of Carthage that are desperate for a Congolese goal. Round the corner from Omar Sarr. A little bit short, but Diallo gets there. And then Diouf back to his goalkeeper. First time ball. Now a pace game. Tishalanda got there first and cuts away from Senegal's captain. And now Soko laying on the left, striking forward with his favoured right foot, and that's an interesting ball. Sissoko came early. As Diallo, who wasn't interested in him being there, thumps it out to give Senegal time to reset. The goal for DR Congo would put them back second in the standings. In fact, would put them top of the group because Ghana are still drawing. And Senegal would be heading out. There are the stakes. Bukasa would be desperate for his side to win the group, which would mean they would face one of the 2 third-place teams. And given could it be Tunisia or one of those from Group A? So for Senegal, they are on a knife edge. They've got the goal and the lead they need. But now breaking through Samuel Ntanda. What a challenge from Diallo. The fullback has been a one-man defense at times, covering in, and that was vital. Well, Mohamed Sissoko, then smart at the end, but this, the big striker and the captain of DR Congo, bouncing off one, riding through the challenge of Khalifa Diouf. But what a challenge. And suddenly, huge nerves. And then a handball from Aoka just takes a bit of the pressure off, but they are living on the precipice. As things stand, Senegal will meet Nigeria in the quarterfinals at this stadium. But if they concede, they could easily be going home early, the defending champions. Bukasa. There could be advancement for his team even in defeat. And in truth, given the quality of the teams at this competition, really not going to be a much easier game. But still, having previously never won a game at an under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Only their second ever major tournament at this age level. Finishing top of the group about Ghana and knocking out Senegal would be some feat. Instead, they're trying to keep the young lions of Teranga out. Clayton swings it in, touch from Tutu. It'll be a corner. Daniel Tutu roaring at his defense. Clayton Diandi again. Tutu misses it, but so does Usman Konate. The defender inches away from making it 2-0. Swung into a great area. Two opportunities for Senegal to put this one in. Did Tutu get a touch? The answer is yes. A conversation between the number 9s, Yang and Ntanda. Amicable, if not seeing eye to eye. Tutu will want to be more convincing this time. Cleared away by Manutu. That's a poor touch from Ntanda. Congo trying to pass the ball on. Senegal saying it's their right back, Diallo, who will take it, but certainly in no rush. Now they suddenly are. Diallo, first time, clips the post. So as things stand, Ghana will win the group. Senegal are qualifying second. DR Congo will advance as one of the two best third-place teams. Sierra Leone actually will finish in the top two in Group A, given South Africa face Zambia in what's effectively a playoff match for second and third. Egypt will play Tanzania, but the hosts, in theory, only have 1 point. Giving any result against Tanzania will be wiped, that they finish bottom of the 5-team group. Senegal hold the keys to their future with this 1-0 lead, and they have to keep it intact. Said Egypt have 4 points. They can't get more given their last game is against Tanzania. The ball over, but it's Sissoko happy to eat up a few precious seconds. Side's running out of time. nodded forward. Ball bouncing. Londre Soko had to get there first, but the flag now has gone up. The dramatic attempt from Dieng. Has it come off the hand for a substitute to be made? So preparing to head on. Yeah, Diame. Dia. Waiting for whether there is a conversation ongoing. Just for clarity, Group A isn't as simple as suggested. Egypt with 4 points. While they play Tanzania, that will have no effect on their points. South Africa, in theory, also on 4 points, with Zambia just on 2. Sierra Leone themselves on 4 points. So South Africa have to at least draw to make it through. Zambia must win. Egypt still in with a chance, but in the here and now, it's a VAR check. And we could be seeing another penalty kick. The overhead kick attempted, and the hand is up from Ju Kalonji. It's not the hand of God he'll want to see. And given the rules and interpretations, the hand is up, does obstruct the ball. It's going to be up to the referee. But you sense it's going to be another spot kick. But does it come off the chest first? That might be what saves Kalonji. Taking a long time over this, not wanting to rush such a big decision. And it is a spot kick. And what an opportunity to finish this match off and secure Senegalese qualification for the knockout phase. Ghana are now winning, which means they are clear. Further daylight at the top of Group C. And if Senegal score, it's gonna, other than a dramatic late collapse, it is going to confirm their place in the quarterfinals, and DR Congo will advance to 3rd place. That's because they'll end with 4 points, 1 more than Tunisia. So he won the penalty with his acrobatics. Ibrahima Dieng wants to be just the 2nd Senegalese player to score at this under-20 AFCON. Having seen Sheikh Thiam, the captain, net their 2 goals thus far at Egypt 2025. So up steps Ibrahima Dieng to finish things off, surely. The 19-year-old up against Daniel Ryan Tutu. And it's a fabulous hit. Ryan Tutu saves the first half penalty from Sheikh Thiam, only to be beaten on the rebound. But this time, it's smashed directly into the top bin. And Ibrahima Dieng has sent Senegal into the quarterfinals, barring a major late collapse. Celine Dia looking serene on the bench. The roar of the young lions of Teranga. The young leopards of DR Congo will advance as one of the two best third-place teams. But they wanted top spot. And with Ghana winning and them now down by 2, they'll have to take their chances in facing one of the top teams in one of the other groups. So now looking to make a further change. Abdou Rahman Dia preparing to head on. Already Serine Fallou Diouf has replaced the captain and taken the armband. And now Ibrahima Dieng, having smashed in, he's heading off to warm applause. So Serine Fallou also on, taking the armband from on-field captain from kickoff, Sheikh Thiam. So Thiam and Dieng leading Senegal to this very comfortable looking 2-0 lead. Just over a minute remaining. The stoppage time waiting to be announced. They have been buoyant and bouncing and full of life and colour. In the end, it's disappointment in the result. If not the exit door, given the two best third-place teams. So Ghana and Senegal will advance. DR Congo, with a point better than Tunisia in Group B, will be confirmed as qualifying, given the fact that there is enough points that the third place team from Group A will do better than Tunisia's total. So a heartbreak for Tunisia after a victory and 2 defeats. These two sides will both have their World Cup qualifying match for the quarterfinals, with the 4 semi-finalists qualifying. Then it will be the fight for the title. Final change, Katungulu coming on for Manitou. 7 minutes added on at the end, but after the penalty from Dieng, hope of a late leveler seems to have vanished. So man of the match, Ibrahima Dieng, taking it for Senegal. Surely would have been a big toss-up between him and Sheikh Thiam. It goes to the striker. frustrating early evening for Guy Bakassa, DR Congo. They did their hard work in their opening two matches. Head-to-head though, meaning they'll finish third behind Senegal. Quite sure why they're time wasting, and that is a crazy booking to pick up. They're 2-0 up. There's only 5 minutes left on the clock, and Lassana Traoré will miss the quarter-final match. That is wild. Well, whether he knows it or not, Lassana Traoré, along with Ibrahima Diallo, were walking a tightrope, and there we have it. So an unwanted headache for Céline Dia. Just absolutely mad to lose your presence in a match that will decide if Senegal can go to the World Cup or not. DR Congo trying to bring back a little bit of hope, but lack of quality in the cross makes it easy for Sissoko. Still battling away, but Senegal be much better defensively. As Thiam taking the ball away, it's details you don't need to take a risk on. You have to find a solution to Traoré missing out. In the fact, the left back has played every minute thus far of Senegal's journey. Another easy take for Sissoko. Lovely touch. Well taken out. Senegalese captain Serine Fallo-Diouf dropped out to the starting lineup in place of Omar Sarr taking over. See him now wearing the armband that was taken by Sheikh Thiam. Just caught between the two. Yellow card handed out. So Dieu Kalonji picking up a yellow card. Fortunately for DR Congo, only Jules Aoka and Honoré Bayang Ganisa were risking the suspension tightrope. Now a chance in behind for a third for Senegal. Good clearance at the near post. So it's finished in the other Group C match. Ghana victorious against Central African Republic, who are now officially out. Senegal now just have to see through the next 20 seconds Alassane Traoré is not going to want to take too much time over this throw. The final whistle. Senegal knew it was win or bust, and they'd done the business from the spot. Cheikh Thiam was denied initially, only to then fire in, and then late on, with just 3 minutes left, Ibrahima Dieng with an overhead kick blocked with a hand. And number 9 struck into the top corner to fire Senegal into the quarterfinals. DR Congo frustrated but not done. They dropped to 3rd due to the fact that Senegal are above them on the head-to-head record. However, they have 4 points, and that is better than Tunisia, meaning it doesn't matter what happens elsewhere.
Et oui, bienvenue au stade Tata Raphaël pour ces matchs entre la formation